if you're struggling with consistency even a little bit, this tip is going to help you stop skipping your workouts. I'm going to tell you what it is, guys. You need to have a backup for your backup. And your backup's backup needs to have a backup as well. Okay, you guys? So, you guys have heard me come on here before and teach about how you need to plan and schedule your workout. So you need to eliminate that whole decision fatigue, knowing when you're going to work out, what you're going to do well before it's time to work out. And that works a lot. That helps a ton. It helps a ton to have a plan in advance, to have already decided when, where, and what you're going to do so that you can eliminate that in-the-moment decision making, which wears us out and which leads us to making not so great decisions overall, when we have to do that, decide in the moment, decide in the moment, decide in the moment. So sometimes life happens, right? Sometimes we wake up late. Sometimes we end up staying at work late. Sometimes we end up getting stuck in traffic and we miss our appointment with our trainer. Whatever. Sometimes stuff happens. So even if you have a plan, even if you've determined in advance, even if you are prepared, all the things that I teach you to do in order to nail consistency and to see success, stuff happens. And if you do not have a backup for your backup and your backup's backup, you end up having to make real-time, in-the-moment decisions, and usually while you're frustrated. So have you ever been on a roll and you were so proud of yourself and then something happened to get in your way with your consistency? When that happens, most times we're frustrated, right? You're frustrated. You're like, shoot, I was doing so well. Darn it. I had this under control. Why did this have to happen? And we end up in that frustrated state. And now if we don't have a backup for our backup, we have to make a decision in real time while we're frustrated. Issue number one, you wake up that morning and let's just say you're way too sore or just something is off as far as doing your normal planned workout. Having a bank, if you will, of substitute workouts that help you to either break the monotony if you're bored or that are different than your planned workouts. So if most of your workouts are resistance workouts, having a little bank of cardio, conditioning workouts can help. Second thing is, if you wake up late and you have just a little bit of time to exercise, but you don't have time to do your full routine, having some short workouts in your toolbox. If you wake up and you have just barely enough time to do something, you've got 3 extra minutes, 5 extra minutes, do not phone it in. Do what I call 1 minute sizzler. Then that's just a high intensity move. You do it straight for 1 minute. And then you rest if you need to during that minute. Hopefully you can make it that whole minute and that's it. And you string as many of those together as you need to. So doing those 1 minute sizzlers will help as well. So then guys, it may not always be an established formal workout. So one of the things that I did all the time when I worked corporately is I had a pair of sneakers in my desk. So what that looked like on some lunch breaks, and I worked at a really big tech center, so it was really big. So sometimes I would go on the bottom floor and just walk that 3 or 4 times, and I don't know how big that was, but it was big. Other times, I would go on the stairs, and if I needed to blow off some steam, I wouldn't run the stairs because I didn't want to be too sweaty for work, right? But I would walk up and down the stairs, and believe me, if you're in a tall enough building, you'd be surprised. It's movement, you guys. It's movement. And then my final little trick is I don't do this anymore. I haven't needed to go back to it. But right now I have a gym in my house, so it makes this not as much of an issue. But when I didn't, I used to leave a workout bag complete with sneakers packed in my car all the time. Whether or not I needed it, it was always there. So if something happened, I needed to wait for somebody, I needed to wait for something, I could always switch into my workout gear and hit the gym. And I also had a kettlebell and some bands in there as well in case I couldn't get to the gym. I have literally pulled over at a park before and gotten a quick 15-minute circuit. So you guys, that's what it looks like in real life to have a backup for your backup for your backup for a workout plan.